Good day everyone, welcome here to the first part of the Blender tutorial making of an isometric room. We are going to model the bed frames, the mattress and the pillow in this tutorial. If you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe and let's get started. So first we are going to model out the bed frame. So first I'm just going to hit 1 on my numpad to go to front orthographic view. Select my cube and hold G to grab and Z to lock it on the Z axis and move it to the red line over here. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is to hit tab to go to edit mode and hit 1 to go to front orthographic view. Now if I hover my mouse around here and hold Ctrl R, I can add a loop cut. So I'm just going to double tap to make the loop cut. Now still on front orthographic view, if I hit Z, a menu comes up like this, and if I hit wireframe, I shall go to wireframe mode. Now I'm just going to select the 4 outer vertices and X to delete the vertices. Now if I hit A to select the remaining part of the cube and go over here to the wrench icon and add in a mirror modifier. I'm just going to add in a mirror modifier over here. Now I have added the modifier, so I'm just going to enable clipping over here. And the next thing I want to do is to hit on 1 and then I'm going to scale the cube on the Z axis like so. And now I'm going to grab it and on the Z axis to still put it on the red line over here. Now if I select the lower part, let's just go to face select over here. Select this face and grab it and move it on the Y axis like so, and move over here and grab this face, and this time we are not going to grab it out, instead we are going to extrude it. So I'll just hit E and extrude it a bit, and I think this is okay. Now I'm just going to select the top face this time and E to extrude it again. So this height is okay for the bed frame. Now the next thing we want to do is to tab into edit object mode. Okay, just look at how the bed is. Just going to go back to edit mode, select the vertex select, hit 1 on your numpad, scroll in and go Ctrl R and hover your mouse to add in loop cuts. Scroll your middle mouse button forward to add in more loop cuts and backwards to reduce the amount of loop cuts. So I'm just going to add in 3 loop cuts and double tap to make those loop cuts. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to select the 2 vertices up here and press O to enable proportional editing and do G on the Z axis, and I'm just going to edit this out, have a nice curve up here. So now I have gotten the top of my bed frames. Now I'm just going to hit Z and go back to solid view. Now I am in solid view. Before I apply the modifier, I'm just going to tab into object mode, tab back into edit mode, select the cursor and come over here and put it over here. I'm just going to go Shift A and add in a UV sphere. Now this time I will disable clipping and scale them down. Sorry, Ctrl Z. I have to press O again to disable proportional editing and S to scale them down. Okay, like this. Now I'm just going to hit 7 to go to front up top view and G to grab and just move it down a bit like this and then scale them down a bit. Okay, I think this is okay. Now I'm just going to tab back to object mode and come over here and apply the modifier. The next thing I'm going to do is to tab back into edit mode, come over here, go to face select and select the top. I'm just going to select out this face, I to insert it and E to extrude it backwards. Let's say here, I think this is okay. Now for the making of the foam, that is the mattress, we are just going to select out the front faces. Just hold down your select tool like this and press I to insert a little bit, and when you've inserted it, now you hold down Shift D to duplicate and extrude the duplicate like this. Now if I hold Ctrl down and plus, I have selected the foam, so I'm just going to hit P and separate by selection. Now if I tab to object mode and select this one and I move it G, you see we have the mattress separated from the bed. So I'm just going to undo that, tab. Now if I select my mattress, I can go Ctrl B. Control B is to bevel. Then I hit C on my keyboard to just hit C, and now if I drag my bevel, it has a limit. Whereas if I don't hit C, my beveling wouldn't be much limited. So with this, I'm just going to scroll my mouse forward to add in more bevels and double tap to make the bevels. Now next thing I'm going to do is to tap back into object mode. Now you can see how smooth our mattress is. The next thing we are going to do is to model out the pillows. So I'm just going to take our cursor over here and do Shift A and add in a mesh and a cube. Now I'm just going to go to 7, scale the cube down a bit like this, G, and move it about here. Scale it on the y-axis like this and G. Okay. Now if I come over here to the modifiers panel, I'm just still going to add in a mirror modifier for the pillows. So I'm just adding the mirror modifier. And now if I tap to edit mode and grab it like this, you can see our modifiers. G, okay, like this. So I'm just going to tap back to object mode and G and position it like around here. Tap back in. So this size are a little bit high, so I'm just going to grab it. I'm just going to scale it along the z-axis like this. Okay, I think this is nice. Just Z, scale it on the z-axis and GZ and put it on the mattress. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to make these cubes look like actual pillows. So in order to do this, I just need to go to Z and wireframe mode. So first I'm just going to use my backward slash to have only my cube in the scene. And now I can model out the cubes. So I'm just going to come to the vertex select and go Ctrl R in the top. Let's just go to top view using 7, Ctrl R, sideways, add in 2 loop cuts here. Come over here, Ctrl R, add in 2 loop cuts here. Come to the side using 3, Ctrl R, add in 2 loop cuts here. And I think that's all the necessary loop cuts. So I'm just going to go to 7. Now I can start to model out my pillow. So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab these 2 parts and here also holding shift and scale it on the x-axis. Now if I grab here and here, I can just do a scale on the, just scale it out a bit like this. Now I'll just grab here and then scale this on the y-axis and grab this part and scale it also on the y-axis like this. So our pillow is coming to life a bit, but let's just go to 7. We just need to scale this out more. Just scale it out more like this and like this. I think this is nice. So I'm just going to bring this in a bit. Okay, let's just grab the whole end and then scale them on the y-axis. So you see our pillows are coming into life. Now if we go to 3, we can see the top view. Now we need our pillows to be a little bit puffed up, so I'm just going to scale it on the z-axis in this direction. Grab the other side, scale on the z-axis, and now our pillows are almost done. Now if I press for backward slash again, we can bring back our scene and Z and go to solid view, sorry. You see our pillows are almost here. Now if I press A to select the whole pillow, go to 7, I'm just going to scale the pillows down a bit. Okay, and then I am going to add in another modifier. I'm just going to add in the subdivision surface modifier. Okay, now you see our pillows, just going to take it to 2 or 3. Okay, 3 is okay. Now these are very nice pillows, so I'm just going to apply both modifiers. I'm just going to apply this modifier. Okay, I need to tab back to object mod, come over here, apply, and come over here and apply. Now we are going to model out the blankets. So in order for us to model out the blanket, we are just going to take our cursor over here and do Shift A and add in a mesh and a plane. Scale the plane up a bit and go to front orthographic view using 1G to grab, Z to lock on the Z axis and take it up like about here. So the next thing is to go to 7, come over here and hit X-ray mode and G, and now you can see better. So I'm just going to put it like about here. Scale this down a bit on the y-axis and move it up a bit like this. I think this is okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to tab into edit mode with my plane selected, and then I'm going to go subdivide and come over here and increase the amount of subdivisions times 10. Now with this done, I'm just going to select it again and go subdivide. So now I have more subdivisions. Now here I am going to add in a cloth modifier. So I'm just going to click over here, add in a cloth modifier. So I have added in a cloth modifier. Now the next thing before we move on, I'm just going to tap to object mode, come over here, go to the mouse select, come over here, and then come to the physics properties and add in a collision. Come to the pillows, select the pillows, add in a collision. The bed frame, also add in collision. So if I select my my blanket, I'm just going to tap to edit mode, come over here and change the quality steps to, let's say, 10. Okay, move it down a bit, and in stiffness set bending to 2. In damping, set stiffness to 2 also. Let's see, okay, and come over here to collisions, set the quality to, let's use 15, and scroll down a bit, scroll down, enable self collisions, and distance for object collisions we are just going to use 0.005, and here in the distance for the self collision we are just going to use 0.002. okay, now this is alright. Okay, then still with our blanket selected, I'm just going to come to the modifiers panel, add in another modifier. But before we do that, let's just see the animation. So in order to see that, I'm just going to take out my timeline and go hit 1 on my front view, G, and move it on the Z axis down a bit. So let's say here. Now if I press spacebar to see the animation, Ctrl Z, tap to go to object mode, now you can see this. Let's just move it back a bit to like here, and then now if I press spacebar, so when you're satisfied, then you pause the animation. So I think I'm satisfied at 22. I'm just going to add it a bit, let's say here. So this should be okay for me. Now with this done, I am going to apply the modifier here. Apply, add in another modifier, search for the solidify modifier, increase the thickness by 2 because it is a blanket. Now I'm just going to tab back into edit mode, come over here and disable X-ray mode, tap to object mode. Now you see the blanket is a bit rough, but it's on the bed frame. So the next thing we are going to do is to add in a subdivision surface modifier. So I'm just going to apply the solidify, but let me just see how thick. Okay, this is okay. I'm just going to apply this modifier. Now come over here, search for the subdivision surface modifier. I'm just going to increase the level to 3. Now this one is a nice one we have here. This is a nice blanket. So basically this is let's just make the bed frame a little bit smooth. I'm just going to select the bed frame, come over here to, we're in object mode, right click and shade auto smooth. Now I think this is a little bit smoother. I like the bed like this, it's a very nice one. So thanks for watching the first part of this tutorial. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to share. So thanks for watching. See you again in the next video.